With me now is NBC's Jay Gray. He's in Washington with more. So, Jay, again, we just want to remind people, Trump criticized people in the past for pleading the fifth, calling them mobsters. So what are we learning about his reasons for staying silent?
Yeah, and Marcia, what he said, good to talk to you, in a written statement, he acknowledged that he had said that in the past, calling people who took the fifth guilty several times. In that written statement, he says, when your family and company are the targets of a politically motivated witch hunt, you have no choice. But his kids, Ivanka and Don Jr., they chose to answer questions when they were deposed in this ongoing and lengthy investigation into the family's businesses. It was Eric who was also deposed 2 years ago. And during that deposition, he pled the fifth more than 500 times. So we've seen it both ways from the Trump family here. And it is, some people calling it a karma boomerang, that it's come back to kind of slap the president during his legal woes right now.
Jay, there's some reporting that the FBI may have been tipped off about these documents, these dozen documents that were at Mar-a-Lago. A Trump insider potentially leading the FBI to this search. What more can you tell us?
Yeah, well, at this point, the Department of Justice and the FBI, of course, are saying nothing about that. There are, though, growing indications and chatter from a lot of people who say that this had to be some type of inside job, that it had to be someone inside telling the FBI exactly where to go, exactly what they were looking for during their search and seizure at Mar-a-Lago. The president, rather the former president, has not said anything about that. What he's chosen to say, without any basis, without any evidence of fact, is that they had the opportunity to plant some evidence, and a lot of his supporters, even those here on Capitol Hill, have started to parrot that idea. But again, he's not provided any facts. There's no substance to that type of allegation. His personal attorney, who was at Mar-a-Lago as the search was going on, has said that she believes those agents are just making things up. So that's where they are in regards to how and why all of this unfolded.
And Jay, will we ever know what the contents of those boxes are?
You know what's interesting is we could, because the former president and his team have a list of everything that was taken during the search. They could easily release that publicly if they requested that. They could request a copy of the warrant be made public so we would know why the government was there and searching his home. To this point, they have not elected to do that. They say they may at some point, but that it's just not clear. If they don't, less than anything coming from the Department of Justice, we really won't have any clear indication other than highly sensitive classified documents.
Jay Gray in Washington for us this morning. Jay, thank you for that.